Your smartphone breaks. The battery no longer holds a charge. You try to repair it, but the cost is almost the same as buying a new one. So what do? Most of the time we choose to replace it. But what if I told you that this choice is not always really up to us? Welcome to this training course dedicated to the right to repair, a topic that is becoming more and more important when we talk about sustainability, circular economy and consumer rights. Before we go into the details, let's start with a very simple question. How many times have we replaced an object instead of repairing it? A smartphone with a weak battery, a washing machine that suddenly stops working, a computer that becomes slow over time. Very often, the easiest solution seems to buying a new one. We live in an economic system based on unlimited consumption. Everything is bought and everything is thrown away. But this habit becomes with a huge cost, economic, environmental and social. Every year, around 35 million tons of waste are generated in the European Union, and many of these products could potentially be repaired. And electronic devices are the fastest growing category of waste. But there is an interesting fact. According to Eurobarometer, 77% of European citizens would prefer to repair their products instead of buying new ones if repairing them were easy and affordable. And this is exactly where the right to repair comes from. Let's stop for a moment and think about it. If your phone, your washing machine or your computer broke today, would you really try to repair it? Or would you immediately think about buying a new one? Very often, the answers depends on three factors: the cost of the repair, the availability of spare parts, and the lack of technical skills, or simply the difficulty of finding someone able to repair it. And we should also consider that many products are designed not to be repaired, especially electronic devices that cannot even be disassembled. This is exactly where the right to repair comes in. The right to repair is a simple but very powerful principle. Manufacturers should design products that can be repaired, and consumers should have the real freedom and possibility to repair what they own, thanks to access to spare parts, tools, and technical information. The real challenge is making repairs possible even after the warranty period, without excessive costs and in a way that is accessible and convenient. The goal is to reduce waste and our dependence on constantly buying new products. For this reason, European member states have already introduced measures to promote the repair and the reuse of products with a high environmental impact, especially energy-related products such as household appliances, displays, smartphones, and tablets. These rules require spare parts and repair information to remain available even after the legal guarantee period established by EU Directive 2019/771. But what actually changed with the right to repair? First of all, products such as household appliances and electronics will increasingly need to be repairable, and over time this approach will be extended to more and more categories of products. Consumers will also have access to clearer and more transparent information. A European standard repair form and an online platform will help people easily compare repair services and find repair shops nearby. At the same time, the goal is to strengthen the repair market. Manufacturers will have to provide spare parts and tools at reasonable prices without preventing independent repairs. In addition, every country will have to introduce measures and incentives to make repairs more accessible and widespread. And not only that, manufacturers will increasingly be required to offer repair services that are affordable and timely, while clearly informing consumers about their rights. In this context, the European project REPper, Repair Perspective, was created to promote a real culture of repair. The goal is to support citizens, businesses and professionals in the transition toward a more circular economy. And this training course has exactly the same purpose: to help people understand why repair matters, what regulations already exist, and what opportunities this transition can create. Because repairing does not simply mean fixing an object. It means changing the way we think about products, resources, and our future.